All right. Monday Night Live. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Monday Night Live. Checking out the Tribune Hotel in Rome. I've done a whole video on this hotel. So if you want to get into the details of it, definitely go check out that video. But actually, give me 1 second here. Let me sign in. I had someone just recently, I think it was yesterday, comment on my video that they just booked the Tribune. And I wanted to check it out again. Katie and I have been talking about going back to Europe. We're still undecided. But honestly, if we go back, we're going to end up probably camping in Rome. I think our goal would be to go to Italy, though she was sending me DMs on Instagram today about going to Switzerland. So maybe that's on the horizon too. But we definitely are interested in going back to Italy and a few places in Italy. I mean, Venice would be really great. We were supposed to go to Venice last year. That didn't happen, but I think we want to hit Florence. I think we want to go down to the Amalfi Coast. I think we want to hit Pompeii, which is also a little bit south. And like we can do day trips from Rome to hit pretty much all the places we want to. And so, yeah, I mean, this hotel came back on my radar this week because, again, I've done a full video on it. You can go to my channel. I think it's called The Best. What is it? I don't want. How can I get to my channel? I want to click on the live because then we'll get all kinds of echo. Where are we at? Where is it? Stay Here in Rome. This is it. If you want to know more about this hotel, go watch this video, Stay Here in Rome. But it's the Tribune Hotel. And anyways, if you're just joining, the reason I want to recheck this hotel out, even though this is London, clearly, I should have picked a picture of Rome for tonight, but you guys get London. Someone commented on this video, said he just booked this hotel, which was super cool. He said he found the video and was able to go and book it. And to be honest, the thing that I wanted to see is the pricing. What category? Still category 4, so that's good. So the pricing should be the same. Just do the whole trip. I don't think we would stay here the entire trip. I think we'd probably try to look at a few other hotels in the city, though, to be honest, if you look on different ecosystems, IHG, Hyatt, I don't think I looked at any Hiltons. There's not a lot of great redemptions in Rome. Even with Hyatt, there's a number of their luxury brands, and so they can get a little high. They're not even luxury brands. They're standalone hotels that are part of the Hyatt group, just like this one here, the Tribune Hotel. And so there's not a lot of options, but this I found before our last trip, and it was really phenomenal. Again, this guy just said that he booked it, and so I just wanted to check it out. So we're just starting here today. Yeah, come on. Can use a free night. Should be able to use your free night award here if you have one. 21,000 points. This is the room we booked last time, 24,000 points a night. It's not that much of a jump. We were only there for 3 days, and so I think we chose to do this slightly bigger room. Blackout curtains. I don't remember that. Is this room that big? Junior Suite. The King Junior Suite Deluxe did not have a tub. I love a good bath, ladies and gentlemen. This one had a nice um, glass shower. Interesting. I wonder if we do less days. Let's do like the 2nd to the 6th. Because they're only showing me suites right now. Because it'd be nice if you could get. Let's just do one night. If you should be able to find even cheaper rooms than this. About a 15,000 point. Let's look at their points calendar. These are considered off-peak dates. Standard suite, 21,000 points. You start getting into the 27,000 point category a little bit here in September. What is it in August? Yeah, bunch off peaks considered in August. I guess this is considered peak season here. Interesting. So if we just did like, well, it's Sunday to Monday. Just curious. I want to see if that 15,000 point room shows up. Oh, look at that. 12,000 points. That is a steal. That's just a regular 1 king bedroom. Even this room has a tub and a shower. Very interesting. Yeah, so it seems like it's probably just dependent on the days, whether you're going to get just availability, whether they're going to have the regular room available or not. Obviously, that's a Sunday to Monday. I wonder if it's very possible. Look at that, Tuesday to Wednesday, also the standard room. If you called them, wonder if they would be able to help you book through points if you called them. Because to know that this 12,000 point room is available, man, would that be such a steal. Let's do 3 to the 11th. When you look at that, maybe it's just not available that Monday. 12,000 points a night in Rome. That is an unbelievable price. We paid, I think, the 24,000 for that suite. But for how much we're not in the room, for me, like when we're looking for award availability, there's sometimes, don't get me wrong, there are sometimes we're looking for like an elite hotel stay. Like we really want to live that up. But for the most part, we're just looking for a nice hotel, a clean room, and a clean bed. And that we just want to get to the city. Like we just want to be in the city. And so this does that. I mean, this checks off all the boxes. And if you go watch my other video, I talk about the location of it. It's not like in the center of Rome. So it's like, I don't know, maybe about a 15-minute walk to like the Trevi Fountain and Spanish Steps. And from there, another 10-15-minute walk to anywhere else you might want to go. So we loved it. Absolutely would go back again. Really good to know that it's still in the same category. Really good to know that it has some availability for the dates that I was interested in. I also was just doing a little bit more research on the flight home. Again, it's no guarantee we're even going. I'm just kind of doing a little bit of exploring, but in about, when's that end? Chase, Virgin, Atlantic transfer bonus, November 15th. So November 15th, which is 9 days away, there's a transfer bonus ending from Chase to Virgin Atlantic. So if Katie is watching this right now, I would love to book before November 15th, so that I can take advantage of this transfer bonus, because it makes all of these flights even cheaper. But I was interested in looking at the flights back, because on the way out, we were looking at flying a few different options. I've already talked about this. I don't even remember what they were now. Oh, we were looking at Air France business class. 140 plus 236. I'm just checking out some of the previous pricing that I found. Because these are really interesting options here. Both of these. Oh, actually, all three of these, honestly. This cheapest one of 63,000 points plus 372 euros. The reason this one, I mean, those fees aren't great, but the reason is you're going through London and you're flying Virgin Atlantic, and that's with this booking, which there's going to be a lot of additional surcharges available with this. The thing though about this, which is I would highly consider using this as our flight back, is because it's on Virgin Atlantic. We get to fly, I think it's Air Italian. Is that right? Where is it at? Where does it say it? Yeah. Italian Airways on the way. Italian Airways has really been stepping up their business class. This is on their, it says it could be any of these. Man, if it was the A330. Oh, wait. I think that's on the other one. So anyways, this is just how long is this flight? Just under 3 hours from Rome to London. So I'm sure that would be fine. But then you get, a little 2-hour layover in London. But from London to JFK, you're flying upper class on an Airbus 350 on Virgin Atlantic. And this is just, well, it was the 350. I mean, this just looks like a really phenomenal product. It's been upgraded, or it's been renovated. When you get to London, you get to take advantage of the new lounge, which is really great. I don't think this is it. Where is this? From Manchester to Orlando, yeah. Not the lounge I was looking for at London. Smallest business class, just as far as how many seats. This one looks... Ugh. I wonder if this is not one of their upgraded planes. I don't know. Shiny new aircraft. Intimate, exclusive, very pleasant. Significantly better than the older. Interesting. They're not really suites as the doors don't close. Brown color scheme, a little drab. Interesting. Yeah. Regardless, the upper class and Virgin is definitely a product you want to try. And this is, I mean, I would consider it just for this. But when I was searching this, I think this is really interesting. You got these flights on Italian Airways flying direct from Rome to JFK. This is a 9-hour and 45-minute flight. Obviously, the nice thing about this is you get to fly direct. My wife doesn't love long flights. What happened here? Of course, this is now not working. Now that I'm live. Come on. Well, that's unfortunate. There's the thing about that. It was 63,000, 75,000 flights. But if you notice, there was only like $50 in fees. So basically no surcharges. That's just taxes. And then the 75,000, that's $12,000 more. What? That's probably $120 in cash back. So it's cheaper. It's direct. Italian Airways. So very interesting options flying on Virgin Atlantic. What we got here? I was working on booking in Europe next spring, considering Rome, Tribune, Malta, Sofia, London, Murano. What a trip there, man. Yeah, the Tribune, I cannot recommend it highly enough. I don't think I have it pulled up. The Tribune. But I highly recommend the Tribune Hotel. Would definitely stay there again. It'd be definitively where I would go if I was heading back to Rome. All right, so let's take a look at some of the top things going on in Reddit this week, and we'll call it a night. This number one, this was just a day ago. I worked as a credit analyst for a major credit card company. I'll share insights on how underwriting works. This is always fascinating. People like this pop up on this subreddit every once in a while. Oh, not Jose. Not all of them. LOL, one of them. Oh, got it. I gotcha. Yeah, well, have you been to any of those places? We love London. I've only been to Rome and London of those cities. Hands down, I would go to Rome. If you told me all of those cities right now, where are you going to go? I'm going to Rome. And it was because we went to Rome, Paris, London. We loved all three cities, but the best of everything we thought was in Italy. It was the best food, the best atmosphere, just best weather. I mean, everything, we found it in Italy, and we went in September. So yeah, you've been to London. I'm thinking March or April. Interesting. I have no idea what the weather is like there. March, Rome weather. 62, 67. Yeah. So, I mean, a little on the chillier side in these places. Bulgaria. Rome in September was hot. It was very warm in September. So yeah, I mean, I think that's probably off peak. Those dates you're looking there. The Tribune, Rome, geez, can't spell. Book, you're thinking March next spring. So, sorry, you mean 24 or 25? March, Hyatt Regency for $5,000. Woo! And Sofia, man, that's a good deal. What is that? Hyatt. Barcelona, Bulgaria. I guess Barcelona. Oh, that's a specific. Even that, 20,000 points. Bulgaria. Not gonna lie, man, I know nothing about Bulgaria. But I'm with it. I am with it. Let's go. Whew. How is Hyatt getting away with this? Like, please never change, Hyatt. Well, I mean, that's great. This one's in the middle of the heart of the city? 5,000 points a night? You got people freaking getting the Chase Sapphire Preferred, 60,000 points. Go stay there for a month. I know nothing about Bulgaria. What are you gonna low cost of living in Bulgaria? Got it. What's the main highlights there? That's what I want to know. What to do in Sofia, Bulgaria. "15 fun things to do." Dude, I guarantee the city is probably just stunningly beautiful, right? Have you been? Very old city. Have you ever been there? Dude, I would 100%. I want to go. Very old city. What was that first thing? Dude, I'm trying to go to this cathedral. I'm down. I'm with it. You've been there. I am with it. I don't know if my wife's watching. You want to go to Bulgaria? That's crazy. That is crazy. But yeah, what was the other places you said? Let me pull them back up. Malta. Zoom out here. Interesting. I've never been either. Have you been to Malta, Jose? Both of these look really great. If this is me, this is a really good example of, if I was looking to go to Malta, and again, I might be, maybe this would change after doing a little bit of research and knowing a little bit more about like this area versus this area here. But I'm inclined to believe just go with the cheaper one and just find your way around, right? Never been to Malta. My wife. I just want to go. I just want to travel. Take me anywhere. Jose, when you going? We'll meet you there. We'll hang out. We'll party in Malta. What was the other one you said? I'm gonna check this out. Murano. Bro, how did I not know about this? This is why I love hanging out on here. Oh, it's okay. Okay. Even these prices, member only, yeah. Dude, all of these prices in Venice are extremely reasonable. Where's this one? 21,000. Dude, I would stay at any of these places trying to go to Venice. I know nothing about Murano too. Yeah, just outside Venice. Never been to Venice. We were supposed to go there last fall, and there was some railway strikes getting us from Paris to Venice, and it was like the strikes, like we could just not get there. We ended up going to the airport, just flying to Paris, and I booked a pair. I literally booked my hotel for Paris while sitting in the airport. Look at that. I mean, then why pay the extra money, right? I guess that's your point. I agree. If there's going to be a free shuttle, free ferry. And I'm down with Hyatt Centrics, man. We stayed, I think it was a Hyatt Centric we stayed at in Hawaii. Middle of Venice Lagoon. Free airport shuttle, that's nice. Man. Yeah, that's great. Let's go here. We were looking, let me check. Just out of curiosity, if we went like, none of that. Check availability. See what this is gonna run me. If it's still 9,000 or maybe it's a little higher. 2 twin beds at 15. Duplex suite? Points plus cash. That's pretty sick. I would definitely go there. What's this point? Let's look at the points calendar. 15,000. When you were looking at March. Wow. Yeah. I mean, that'd be, gosh, man, that's a steal. I spent the weekend researching low-cost Hyatts. Well, you really, I'll put this comment back up because, if someone's looking to go to Europe, any of those cities, you just found us a ton of cheap Hyatt options. I just have to get Chase to upgrade me to a card where I can transfer points. So you don't have a Sapphire or an Ink. What do you got? You have like Unlimited or Freedom Flex, something like that. Why do you want to get upgraded? I assume it's just your credit. You probably think you won't get approved, or maybe you're over 524 or something. But if in your situation, you seem like you know what you're talking about. But I'd much rather apply for a new card outright, right? Because then you get access to the welcome bonus. But interested to know what your status is there. But yeah, before I want to upgrade to a card or ask them, I'd rather apply for it outright. Unlimited, Ink Cash, Ink Unlimited. Got it. Yeah. So, do any of those give you access to the transfer portal? No. You need the preferred. You need the Ink Preferred or the Sapphires, right? Waiting for a better bonus to apply for a new one. We talked about that a little bit last Monday night. I wonder if this is Chase Sapphire 80K. When was this? I talked about this last week, but there were some Reddit data points that some targeted mailers were starting to go out, and typically tried to upgrade Sapphire from the Unlimited, but was rejected. Yeah. Typically, whenever mailers start to go out, digital offers are not far behind. I said this last week. So I'm inclined to believe that it could come. But also, I don't know if you can hit this bonus, but the Ink Preferred right now has an increased bonus. It's just crazy high. You got to hit 8,000 and spend in 3 months, which is pretty high. You're already sitting on 3 business cards. A downgrade from the reserve earlier this year. I think that's why they did not let me. Yeah. Yeah, man, that's wild. So you still have the points though. That they're not forcing you to like cash them out. I think that's why they're not letting me upgrade again. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, if you could hit this bonus, this is definitely maybe the best card to get from Chase right now. The fact that you can get 100,000 points. I mean, it's hard. You already have this card. I just got a brand new card. Do I have it on me? No, it's upstairs. Just got approved for the Ink Business Cash. Where's it at? This one. So again, don't be fooled if you're new to this. Don't be fooled by $900 cash back. I already have the Ink Preferred. We have the Sapphire Preferred. I got over 200,000 UR points. Come on, boy. This is going to come to me in the form of 90,000 bonus points. So we're already working. We literally just got this card on, I think, Saturday. So we just started to hit the bonus. If you've been following my channel for a while, I just hit the Capital One Venture X 90K bonus. So I just got those points. So immediately I have sock drawered that card. We immediately stopped putting spend on that card. And I had applied for this about a week prior to knowing when I was going to finish hitting my bonus on the Venture X. We got the business cash in, and now we're working on this. 6,000 in 3 months, 4,000 in 3 months is cake. For just our normal spending. I mean, me and my wife put our normal spend on there 4 months, 3 months, we get that easy. 6, we really have to just buckle down, make sure we're focusing our spend, but we should hit that fairly easy. I'm still working on an Ink Cash and a Venture X. Man, my dude, you're a dog. You are a dog, Jose. You're slaying right now. Yeah, so you got a little bit of work to do, I guess. You definitely gotta pick up the CSP, or who knows, maybe if you're working on 2 bonuses at a time, then what? You probably could be thinking about doing cash. Where is it at? No. The Business Preferred. Again, if you're working on 2 bonuses at one time, 8,000 in 3 months is probably attainable for you. That's my guess. So I think I said this last week. I think between my wife and I, we're probably around 650,000 points in a player 1, player 2 setup. And so we're definitely ready for our next trip, trying to figure it out. And I really want to take advantage of the Virgin Atlantic transfer bonus before it ends on the 15th. My plan, product change Ink on one of the older cash to the Ink Preferred. I mean, that's not a bad plan since you already have those credit lines open. But of course, I don't want to say it's a definitively better route, but if you just sit for a little bit, give it a little bit of time, go in and apply for this outright, then you're going to get 100,000 points, right? Because if you just product change, you're not going to have access to this bonus. So I again, you probably know, you seem like you know what you're doing. So, you probably already have that. You probably, for some reason, that's not an option for you, but yeah, apply for the card outright, and then keep, what did you say you have? 2 Ink Cashes. Yeah, I mean, I like the Ink Cash bonus better, for sure, but you already have 2 Ink Cashes, so they're not going to give you more, right? Unless you got multiple businesses that you can keep applying under. But you might as well get this bonus. You only got the 95 annual fee, and then after a year, you can downgrade it, right? So you got a lot of options. All right. Let's It's more efficient if you can do all the minimum spend in the 5X categories. Yeah, I mean, that. Man, Jose. Someone's got to give Jose a glass of water, man. This guy he's a dog. Inc. Business Cash, 5%. Office supply stores, cable, internet. Yeah, I mean, you're right. If you can hit 5, are you, Jose? Don't kid me. You a churner? You a churner, Jose? Better a glass. You a churner? You getting gift cards at Office Depot to hit these minimums? So let me know. What's the let me look at the Inc. business. Not really a churner. Okay. All right. So you just preferred. Yeah, only 3X. The nice thing is you can get it on travel with the Inc. preferred, that's pretty great. I have a standard 3X travel. I visit Staples quite a bit. Got it. Yeah. The travel category, the generic travel category is pretty nice. Excuse me. I mean, the other thing that's nice about the Inc. preferred is it's going to give you access to the transfer partners, right? I mean, you're going to need one. You're going to need one. So I guess my main point is instead of upgrading one of the caches, just at some point it feels like you got to bite the bullet and just get a preferred. So, I don't know. You don't need me to tell you what to do. You got it. You got it on lock. So, thanks for hanging out. This is great. I'm going to scan through the Reddit posts for how long we've been on? 37 minutes. I'm probably only going about 45 minutes tonight. So maybe only about 8 to 10 more minutes. I just want to scan through some of these top Reddit posts because I found them interesting. This former credit analyst, I see your point. If they don't let me product change, I'll apply for the preferred. Yeah. Because again, if you product change, you're not, it's what's the word? The phrase. Oh my gosh. Wow, I'm blanking on a business term right now where you're missing out. You're missing out by product changing. You're missing out on having access to 100,000 points. You're leaving it on the table. So, yeah, apply it. You might as well apply outright. Have a chance to get that bonus. All right. I worked as a credit analyst. I just thought this was really interesting. How do you know if my income is accurate? We don't. This is so great. Now, again, don't lie on your credit, applications. But they're looking for things. I thought this example was good. If you claim to make 250, but you took on an auto loan for 14 over a 7-year term, that's gonna throw up a red flag. So, opportunity cost. That's it. That's your business term of the day. Opportunity cost. You're missing out on the 100K. You're leaving it on the table by product changing and not applying outright. Opportunity cost. Yeah. I'm smart. I went to college. All right. Yeah. So I love this. We don't. So don't lie, but you don't have to worry. You don't need to get it to the T. You can ballpark. Your income. Get it rounded to, if you want to round up an extra 5,000, you're fine. Odds what are the odds? What can I say to improve my odds of getting a credit increase? I love this. Don't do something that makes it seem like you're under financial stress. Talk about life events. I thought that was so smart by this post. So I don't know if anyone here is looking to get a credit limit increase, but that might be your play. And then there was a lot of interesting things here, but if my application is not, how long should I wait before I apply again? He says 12 months. I mean, he's a former employee, so this person probably knows more than me, but I would 3 to 6, something like that. What FICO score are you looking at? We're not a FICO lender, and we don't go by their scores, right? So don't necessarily always trust the FICO score. On my credit cards, do you like to see revolved balances, or should I pay off the balances in full? For underwriting, we definitely like to see payments in full. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of interesting thing in this post, but that's kind of what I mainly wanted to highlight. So I recommend going and reading this, because I just think there's a lot of good information in there. So shout out to JS Bach 123 for sharing that. So again, that's the top post over the last week, so it's pretty easy to find on the credit card subreddit. Just a PSA that cost per point and card perks are only useful for things that you want. This person basically is making the case that who cares if I get a flight worth 6 cost per point, when I might be able to do multiple trips of 2 to 3 cents per point. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not going to read all this guy's case, and I'm sure there's a lot of, dialogue in the chat. But I love, just use points for what makes you happy. If you're getting, in some cases, even under 1 cent per point, I guess you can make a case if it is getting you a trip that you just don't have the money for. That's the main thing. Make sure you're using your points to take advantage of trips that you otherwise wouldn't have the money for. Of course, I want to hit higher than 1 cent per point in all my redemptions. I kind of take the approach that there's always more points to earn, especially in a 2-player setup. So I'm not worried about running out of points. I'm not worried about spending now. I'd rather spend now, because I never know what's going to happen to various ecosystems, and how I was just, Jose has been commenting. We're just talking about how great Hyatt is, but Hyatt, who knows, right? They could come out this month and change their whole system. It's so I'm not a huge fan of sitting and hoarding points. If I got them, I want to spend them. I want to take it on trips that I'm gonna remember. And as long as it's valuable to you, who honestly cares around the cents per point? Because the trip itself is where the meaning is actually going to come from. Again, of course, I want to see good cents per point, but I just like this. I don't know that everybody will not agree with that, but that's how I tend to look at it. I thought this was interesting. If you're someone that's team cashback, we're team travel here on my channel, but if you are all about cashback, I think that the key to cashback is having a setup that allows you to maximize cashback in all of your spending categories. This can get a little overwhelming because you might want to have more than 2 or 3 cards. Some people don't want that. But you got a guy here. How many does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He has 8 credit cards here that he's actively using within his cashback setup. The Amex Blue Cash every day, or Citi Costco, but I think he says that twice. Yeah. So those seem to be his 2 primary cards. Well, actually, I don't even know if you could call that, because then look, groceries, Citi Custom Cash, fast food, US Bank, cell phone and internet, Chase Business Inc. So this card is probably sitting in his sock drawer. He's not carrying it around all the time because it's connected to an automatic payment. He doesn't have to worry about it. Same with the Amazon card. It's probably just linked to his Amazon account. It's sitting in a safe, right? But you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards that he's carrying on the daily for his purchases. So you just need a big old thick wallet to hold all that. I usually carry, because I'm chasing bonuses, I'm usually carrying about 1 card at a time. But I just thought this was really good. If you're someone that's interested in only cashback, this is a really good model. The goal would ideally be to hit 5% back in every category, but that's not always possible. So maybe if you get multiple Citi Custom Cashes, one could be used for groceries, one could use for gas. Online retail purchase, I wonder how much this person does, because 3% is great, but if you're getting 5% on Amazon, maybe you're defaulting to that in most cases. Cashback is a dish best served cold. I love that. I'm not interested in promotion or annual fees. Yeah. So, he's looking, a lot of people don't like the idea of spending annual fees, and totally get it. This guy put a few other interesting ones down here. The Target debit card for 5% back at Target, I think is really great. Yeah. So if you're interested in cashback, this might be a good thread for you to check out. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because I talked about this in my Venture X video, and in some of my previous lives, talking about my distaste for travel portals. This is one of the reasons that I was so against the Venture X for so long. When everyone was praising it, I'm like, it's not as good as you say it is, because you have to spend in the travel portal. And this person gives an example, and I get their frustration, but this comment here, says exactly what I'm going to say. They basically booked a rate. It was a non-refundable rate. They found a public offer that was a refundable rate, and Capital One wouldn't match it. And they were a little upset by that. They ended up finding another non-refundable rate, and he said the new price isn't as cheap as the refundable rate, so look at elsewhere, but it's something. The truth is, you have to follow the rules to a T. If you booked a non-refundable rate, you have to find a non-refundable rate that matches it. So, or pay for the refundable rate on Capital One, just to make sure you could take advantage of the matching for the refundable rate that you initially found. But it just gets there's so much red tape within travel portals, and I just hate that. It gets really frustrating. Me being new to Venture X, what is the best way to get cash back from Venture Miles? I mean, you can just use the cashback feature that's directly built into their system, right? If you're just looking for statement credit. Other best ways, I mean, you could do the gift card redemptions, just like every other. If you're familiar with Chase Transfer Partner Portal, when you previously had the thing, yeah, it's about 1% for cashback. Yeah, you do get 2x miles on every purchase, so you'll get there faster if that was your primary card. But yeah, cashback is 1% for them. So yeah, I still hold true to my feelings about transfer portals. They're just not great. They're not great. And this person, is finding that out. So then this person comes in and says, like, follow to the T, which he's true. Also, never trust what people say over the phone. There's nothing binding, so we need to do our own due diligence to protect ourselves. That's a really important rate, because he said that he spoke to an agent who advised, told him what to do, and that agent was wrong. They messed up. So you got to make sure you do your own due diligence. I love this one. Greatest misconceptions. We've talked about this. I talked about this last week, actually, number 2. Don't use credit cards for emergencies. I'm going to skip over that since we talked about that last week. Credit cards are the devil and synonymous with that. Listen, I'm in a lot of circles of people that feel this way, and I don't agree. I don't agree. I think that credit cards are all about self-control. And if you can't have any self-control around your finances, if you can't follow a budget, then yeah, credit cards are evil, because it's only going to perpetuate your failure to manage money well. But if you can manage your money well, I think you can use them for your good. I'll come back to that question, Jose. The more you spend, the more you build credit. Yeah, that's not true. If If you pay your balance down slowly over time, you build credit faster. Yeah, I hate that. Make on-time payments. You should never use more than 30% of your limit. He's saying that's a misconception because you can use more. If you're consistently using more, that will show up on your credit report. Your credit utilization rate, that will kind of be a red flag. It could cause your credit score to dip. So overall, I think it's a good rule of thumb, but saying you should never, I wouldn't say that. But biggest misconception is that you shouldn't use credit cards. Yeah, I mean, I kind of consider that same with number one. It's like the cost of these rewards are built into all the things you purchase. So like you might as well, your opportunity cost, again, you're leaving money on the table if you don't use a card. With the transfer portal, what is the least damaging use of them? Airfare, hotels, or car rentals? Oh man, I love that question too. In my experience, car rentals. Car rentals, I feel like, are pretty standard. Hotels, I mean, you got this match that Capital One does for their travel portal. So that is nice, as long as you don't fall in the trap that this other person did and try to match two different matching things. But that's also within the first 24 hours. But then they also have that feature that if they find a cheaper rate at a later time, they can retroactively come and save you money. We've talked about that before too. So like hotels are getting better with some of these point cost matching efforts. For airfare, man, I always feel like I am paying more when I go through airfare, and then you run into the issue where you're not getting points with them. It's not helping your status with them. And I mean, that's also true for the hotels. So I try to use the transfer partners as little as possible. So for the Venture X, get the $300 cash back. I'm going to hopefully use it one time a year and help to offset some hotel that I'm already booking anyways. How does insurance work with car rentals and travel portals? Well, I think you said you have the Venture X, because that'll be the card attached. Venture X gives you primary car insurance, right? Yeah, primary rental insurance. So you're good there. I mean, if you're talking specifically about the Capital One Venture X, you're good. You're good. You previously had the Chase Sapphire Reserve. I am not as familiar with booking car rentals through the Chase portal. And even then, I think that's only secondary insurance. So, but the fact that Capital One Venture X has this, that's another reason maybe to lean towards car rentals when using their transporter. If you're trying to find good ways to use the $300, but sometimes I go full years where I don't ever have to rent a car, so, my goal for my $300 credit is to use it on a hotel. Yes, I don't pay with the card, but with the travel credit. Yeah, but you still have to have a card linked. You still have to have a card linked to your account, and for the rental, you still have to have a credit card linked for like incidentals, whatever. So even if you're ultimately paying it with the travel credit, the credit card is still linked. So you're good. And that I believe that car coverage is gonna apply. So, here, either with cash. I guess that's not actually your question because you're using the travel credit, but it's kind of for all intents and purposes, the car rental is they view that as you booking with cash. Always a minute for a car rental I have in Florida. Yeah, exactly. That's a great use. I did a car rental a few months ago in Florida, and that would have been great. I didn't have the card then, but that would have been great. All right, last thing here. In your opinion, what is the best card ecosystem and why? Lot of options here. You got people claiming US Bank. Obviously, just scanning here. American Express, Chase, Capital One, VentureX, Saver One. A lot of options here, right? A lot of good card ecosystems. In general, for most people, I encourage to start with Chase. You know, again, I've talked about this. I've done a whole video on this. This guy at the top comment here, he's Team Cashback. So he's saying US Bank. So maybe if I had more of a focus on cashback, maybe I'd be able to better speak on that. But because I'm Team Travel, because I want to use points on travel, Chase is just so versatile. It's so versatile. And right now, they're the only main ecosystem partner of Hyatt, which is honestly, it's a game changer, you know. So I would definitely go Chase. I also think you can get a really nice setup with Chase with almost nothing annual fees. I mean, you can get away with a lot of no annual fee cards in like either this Chase Sapphire Preferred or the Ink Preferred, which either of those are a $95 annual fee. Get access to transfer partners, and I mean, you're golden with Chase. So many different cards that can just pull into the same bank of points. Amex, I just think you're going to run into a lot of annual fees, and there's just cards that are basically just as good for no annual fees. So like people get, I think, really hung up, I think, on the status factor of Amex, and you know, I really don't believe that it's the best ecosystem. I think things like Capital One or Citi or even Wells Fargo, if they start bringing in transfer partners, I think there's a whole new ballgame for competition for Chase, which is good for all of us, because if there's more competition in the space, then there's going to be incentivized offers, new cards coming out, more points available, more retention offers being given. I mean, all of it is good for us, the consumer, especially those of us that are using good responsibility to take advantage of the points. So, all right. I think that's where we're going to end it today. This is fun. I hope you all enjoyed. My man Jose in the chat, big shout out to you. You basically co-hosted with me today, so appreciate you. Appreciate you, brother. I'll be back here next Monday night, and maybe what's that? That's going to be the 13th. Maybe we'll be, I got like a week to talk to my wife and to let me transfer to Virgin Atlantic and book these flights. So we'll see. Maybe I'll be, maybe we'll do some live bookings next week if I can get my wife to say yes. So we'll see. So there we go. Hey, love y'all. Thanks for hanging, Jose. Appreciate you. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one.